Hi everyone.
Want to level up your level up your sleep.
Close this. Let me check the live feed is coming properly or not. Yes. Yeah, I'm live. Phase 2. Okay. All good. Just give me 1 more minute before I begin. All good. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back again to Analytics with Anand. After a long time, I'm coming here live due to my PhD exams and work-life balance also has taken a toll. Nevertheless, so today's class is very, very important. We will be discussing the entire data pipeline from the data pipeline perspective, where we'll be using three most hot favorite tool which is working currently in the industry. None other than I'm talking about a hot favorite ETL tool which is quite in demand from the last 2 years onwards is Matillion, an ELT tool. Then we'll talk about for the data source from where we'll be extracting it. That will be your AWS S3 bucket, and the downstream data warehouse platform will be our Snowflake. So today's class will cover a mini project, a short project where we'll see how do we automate the entire pipeline where the data from AWS S3 in the form of Excel sheet which has multiple rows gets passed into the downstream applications, which is none other than I'm talking about Snowflake with the help of an ETL tool. Everything I'll explain you. Now, before going further, entire code repository, everything, each and every code which I have written, which we don't need actually, entire project file has been given in the link of this description, right? On my GitHub also is there. If you go on my GitHub, AnandJha90, you will find Master the Art of Extract, Transform, and Load with Matillion. So entire repository is there. Folder name is mini project. You can also find the link of the video in this description, right? So let's get started. Okay, let me share my screen quickly, and then we will be good from there. Okay. So here we go. Share screen. Yeah. Okay. As you can see my screen here, so this is the entire repository. Master the art of extract, transform, load with Matillion, mini project folder again, all the data sets, everything I have given it to you. So just attend this session live along with me. Those who will be watching this video later also further down the line. Just first watch the entire video, understand how the pipeline has been created, what exactly we are doing it, which all components which we are using it, and why we are using it. Right? Everything understand. Once we have covered this entire video, probably it will take 1 hour, and then you can start building it. Okay. So prior to that, let's discuss the complete architecture of this entire project. Any project, guys, when you do it in any company, be it data analytics, data engineering, Power BI, Spark, Kubernetes, any project in the world, the first task, the first question which you should ask to business consultant or to data architect or any senior member, what is the architecture Anand I'm talking about? What is the architecture which I am talking about? So let me take a walkthrough of that. I'll share. Where is my Miro board? I'll quickly open my Miro board. Okay, let me see. And then I'll take you directly from there. Let it get open. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Looks good. Let me see if I am able to. Right. I'll have my pen and tablet. Let's see how it. I have to pull it here. I think this one. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull it here. Stop share. Let me reshare back again. Share screen. This time I'll share screen 1. Yes. Is it visible to everyone? So I'll keep it in the present entire board. Yes. Okay. Let's understand the complete architecture now of this entire, project. Okay. So what does architecture has to talk about? Okay. Right. Here, this was. Put it here. Yeah. Now you'll have a neat and clean board. I'll disable this also so that it does not interfere. Yeah. Okay. Now, in our case, our data source, why there's a glitch here in Miro. Okay, yeah, now it's fine. Our data source in this case is my AWS S3 bucket, right? Cloud platform, those who are not new to this, AWS. Here I will be uploading one Excel file. I'll show you what Excel file is, which is called store.xlxs. Right? It has 3 sheets. Okay, it has 3 sheets. What does it has? First one is items. Second one is orders. Third one is order items. Now this entire 3 sheets will have a different schema, of course. Or items will have certain other schema. Order will have other order items, and order items will have the list of all the orders, right? Now these 3, right? These 3 sheets, what will do? Will parse dynamically. We won't create any schema. We won't create any table. By dynamically, this table will get created in Snowflake automatically without specifying any the schema via Matillion. One very beautiful component which we're gonna use is Excel query component, which you will see Excel query plus your table iterator. What is this table iterator? You will soon get to know. So I have to iterate over multiple sheets inside my Excel file. I have to parse the data and I have to create those 3 tables dynamically. Let me show you first of all how the data looks. Okay, let me show you first of all how the data looks. Understand the complete architecture. Rest will you'll understand easily. Rest is just a story. Sheet. Yeah, here is the data sets. Store light.xl. Let me download this quickly and I'll show it to you. What exactly is it? Yeah. Let it get open. Everything, all these files, data sets has been given to you. Here you go. See, it has sheets, items, order. Items has how many columns? Row ID, name, price, cost, last updated. All the columns are different. See orders. Order has row ID, customer, RID, order ID, and last updated. And last, order items. Order ID, row ID, item RID, quantity, how much has been purchased, and last updated at. So these are all the different. Also, we have the customer name. Also, we have a customer name. But here, in our case, we won't be parsing this customer from here. We will be loading. I will give you a walkthrough of how we work with semi-structured data in industry. So here, customer data will be loaded in the form of JSON, right? Here, the customer data will be loaded in the form of JSON. From here, we'll load all the data, all the details, which has the value in the form of key and value. These are the key, these are the value. These are the key, these are the values. Okay, so these are all your customer data. Okay, customer data which will be coming from here. So I'm not loading from Excel. I'm just loading 3 sheet, just the 3 sheet. How? Soon I'll be explaining you. First, understand the complete architecture. That is most important for me. Let's come back to the architecture again. Okay. Yes. Now let's see. Once we have this, okay, once we have this, what we're gonna do, we go come back from the presentation mode and let me scroll a little bit up so that it looks neat and clean. Now I'll present. Yeah, now it is neat. Now understand. Once you have this, then first of all, I will create a pipeline in Matillion, There's a little bit lag here. Pipeline in Matillion. So first of all, I'll create table component I will use, which will load all the customer data from S3. This I'll have it. Once I have loaded, create table plus component I will use is S3 load. My God, why this is behaving like this? S3 load. Okay. Once we have created a table, then we'll also another component we'll use is called another component which we're gonna use is your Excel query. Excel query plus table iterator for iterating rows of values. For rows of values for all those 3 items. Items, order, and order items. Where I am storing this? I am storing this again inside a table called worksheet. Right? Worksheet. All this data. Once I have all this data, then I will call a pipeline called run transformation, where I will use aggregate, aggregation plus conversion from one data type to another, and table rewrite for the final table rewrite. Table rewrite. Plus also joins will be used. Why I will be needing joins component? Understand how the architecture pipe before designing any pipeline, you should know these things. Which all components should I use? Joins we need because Anand, there are different data in items, order items and customer. I have to join all of them. Finally, in order to create KPI, we will use which all component? Those who know Matillion, calculator. There's only one component called calculator, where we'll have total profit and total revenue. Total profit and total revenue. Okay. Now, these file name items, order items will be passed via variable concept. How? That I'll also explain it. These and everything will be passed via variable. So this is how the architecture is. Final table will go where? Final table will go into my Snowflake. This is how you need to explain in interview. Final table will go into Snowflake. So AWS is for the data source. ETL tool always acts in between. So Matillion stands in between. And final target is my Snowflake. Also, you can add Power BI for the beautiful visualization. So this is the complete architecture of this entire project. Now let me take you directly to the pipeline thing, how this pipeline will be designed. Now no more writing. I can move my pen here. Okay. Yes. Let's see. So I will open my, first of all, what? S3 bucket. Where is my S3 bucket? Yes. I have created a S3 bucket called my bucket SNew, and I have created a folder called customer. All the data sets which you are seeing in today's session as a part of mini project, I have uploaded it here. I have uploaded it here. Customer data, customer account, groceries, IP range, items, whichever data you see, I have just uploaded it here. Now, what I will do, this is the entire interface of your Matillion. What I will do, I will go back to my project. Let's create one project. I'm teaching you from complete scratch. Let's click on add project. I'll give a project name. Let's call this fictional project as Green Wave Demo Pipeline. A company called Green Wave Demo Pipeline. Give a description. This mini project talks about data retrieval from AWS S3 into target Snowflake. Okay, give the data platform, which is the target data platform. As we all know, Matillion is an ELT tool and it supports with three main: Snowflake, Amazon Redshift, Databricks. GCP also they have integrated it, but I think they have removed for DPC. For ETL, it is that. So Snowflake, click on continue. Yes, now this is the most important thing. Since you need to deploy this pipeline, do not go with the first one, go with the second one. I will push this in my repository. I will push this inside my repository. Click on continue. Yes. You'll get the Git provider. Click on GitHub. Now, in order to get this Git provider, you need to install something called Git. You need to install something called Git. Remember that. You need to install, I'll show you that also. Yes, Matillion for GitHub, right? This application, you need to install it here and you need to give access to the repository. And you need to give access to the repository. And you need to give access to the repository. Getting my point? And you need to give the access to the repository. So this is the one. Where was I? Yes, select the repository. So I'll select this one. This one already I have used So let me select something else so that I can show it to you. I will select, let's select this. Say data visualization repository I'm selecting. Click on continue. Now this is very, very important. How you want to deploy this pipeline? You want to deploy as a full software as a service? I want Matillion to manage my agent and secrets. Secret means your AWS credentials, all those things you want to manage, or you want to go with a hybrid one. In our example, we will be going with the first option and click on continue. And click on continue. Yes. Now you'll give the environment name. I am giving environment, AWA environment with Git integrated. Okay. Or I'll say demo environment with Git. Default environment access. Now, what are these owner, runner, viewer, and none? Since this is my account, so I'm the owner, right? If you want to give just the viewer access, just for the seeing purpose, so you can give the viewer. I'm creating an owner and click on continue. Yes. Now, this is very, very important. Account. How do you specify the Snowflake account name? Where you will find those? Plenty of time in my Snowflake playlist I have taught you. So you will go directly here, connect a tool to Snowflake, and you will get the account identifier. Copy this and paste it. Right? Credentials, take username, password, give the Snowflake username, give the Snowflake password, and click on continue. If any of them is wrong, you'll get an error. Yeah. If your credentials are correct, yes, you have to select role, warehouse, database, and schema. Prior to that, make sure you have created all this. I have created warehouse, demo warehouse, database, demo database, schema, demo schema. Right? Same thing, I'll be selecting it here. Account admin, warehouse, I'll select demo warehouse, database, I'll select demo database, schema, I'll select demo schema, and click on finish. Oh, this does not have a main branch. Let's select, wait, or I'll create one branch quickly. Let me select any other branch then. Let's select this. This if, good, we are getting this error. If a repository has already been connected to any another Matillion project, you cannot connect the same repository to another project. At a time, only one repository will be connected to one of the project. At a time, only one repository will be connected to one of the project. One of the project. Okay. So I'll select this maybe. Hands-on large language model. Let's select this. Yeah. Click on continue. Continue. Yes. Continue. Continue. Finish. Bang on. Bang on. Main branch. By default, the first one is the main branch. Now, when I always teach you from the company perspective, right? So how many branches do you think in the company have for any pipeline? Anyone has any idea? How many pipeline do you think on an average does a company has? How many branch does company keeps? Any XYZ project, if you have worked on. I need the answer in the chat. Those who have joined live. How many branch do you think on an average, any project for any company, for any client, do we have it? How many do we have it? Let's create one branch called Dev. From where I want to create main? Everything from main, I will create a copy of branch called Dev. I'll select the same environment. Right? Dev stand for development. Dev stand for development. Let's create one more. Another branch I will create called test for testing. Again from main. Create. Main is my main branch. Main is my main branch. And again, let's create one more branch called production, where the file will go on to the production environment. Done. Now, since I have connected to my GitHub, do you see here which repository it will push all my changes? Hands-on large language model. And do you see this Git user? I will click on reauthorize. What it will do? Yeah, just it will reauthorize. Understand every steps I'm teaching you from company perspective only. Understand this very, very carefully. Continue. Ignore this error. As of now, one more time, let me do it. Yeah, it's done. If you get an error, you can ignore that. It will reauthorize it. Just click on reauthorize. It should work. Yeah. You are now successfully authorized with GitHub. If you were performing an action, try again. Continue. Done. Any doubt? Now we'll go to the more. Now you will say, Anand, you are pulling the data from AWS. How Matillion will communicate with AWS? That's the most important question you should ask. The first question, just now I was giving the client interview. The first question they asked, how my data is communicating, how I will get to know my AWS is connected with Matillion. Here it comes. You need to specify cloud credentials. Where do you get that? You go to your AWS, click on your account, click on security credentials, and you will have your secret access key here. Secret access key here, right? I'll show you. This is the secret access key. This you need to specify it here. If you have forgotten what is the secret access key, you can always recreate it. You can always create an access key. And since I have already created it, what I will do, I will add it here. Add cloud credential. Credential name I will say AWS Cred, Amazon Web Service, access key ID. From there you can get it. I have pasted it in my sticky notes. I can show you. If you see the sticky notes, this is the access key. Just copy it nicely. Oh my God, why it is hanging? My system is behaving now very abruptly. I'll remove this. And then secret access key was, yeah, it has already taken. Save. With this, it will be able to communicate. Select the environment which you have created it and associate. Right? So you can associate with Azure. You can associate with AWS. You can also associate with your Google Cloud. Now it's done. Right? Now it's done. Now the real magic will happen. I'm teaching you complete data. Which branch I should pull? Let's do from the main branch. Let's create a main branch. Directly click on that. What will happen? We will come directly to our Matillion interface. The pipeline has just been given to you. You just need to export it. You just need to export it. Oh my God. How many are coming? Chapter 1, chapter 1. What are these? Why these are coming? Because it's coming from my repository. Okay. What I will do, I will go here. Right. Green Wave demo pipeline. I will click on here. I will click on import export. I'll click on export. How you will export it? I'm teaching you. Go to your, where is my Matillion? Yeah. Go to your mini project. Do you see this? Do you see this? Just download it and export it. Just download the zip file. Green Wave complete pipeline zip for import. Okay. Yes. Just click on this. It will download it and just export it. Okay. I'll come back here. Yes. I'll click on here. It's hanging. Oh. Okay, my system has behaving in very, see, it has hanged. Come on. Okay. Select the folder. Click on import. Import or export? Import or export? Import. Select that. Click on open. Import in progress. Here you go. Now the entire 3 pipeline, you have it. Double click it and open. Double click it and open. Now I'll explain you one by one what exactly is our pipeline is doing and how you will design from the scratch. The first pipeline will create a fixed flow component. Why we are doing this a fixed flow component? Because we don't have currently a data set for this order items and item. So what I am doing it here, always first of all, whenever you have any pipeline, just hit run, validate now for all the pipelines. That's the universal rule which you can follow. Just click on validate so that there is no syntax error in the pipeline. Okay, what you will do, you will create a fixed flow component. We'll create a fixed flow component here. What exactly is doing, I'll talk about. So fixed flow component, let's see the SQL. Now Matillion has a beauty. At the back end of every component, it gives you a SQL code. So what I am doing, understand, here I am creating a table. Here I am creating a table with column called worksheet name, which has 3 attributes: items, orders, and order items. Because why I have taken these 3? Because these 3 sheets were present in the Excel sheet, which I need to parse the data. Remember, items, order, and order items. So based on whatever sheet you are parsing, just I am taking the sheet name. Just taking I am the sheet name. Items as varchar, orders as varchar, typecasting I am doing, order item as varchar. Now you don't have to write a single piece of code. That's why Matillion has a beauty. Low code or no code platform. So you give the column name here, worksheet name. This is the column name called worksheet name. Type is what, varchar, because we are having the attributes, right? Don't do anything. Just click on save and give the values. And give the values. Items, order, and order items. Once you are done with this, you have something called table rewrite, a very hot favorite component in Matillion, which is widely used in the industry. It will dynamically create a table for you, and what it will do, in the target warehouse, in the target database, in the target schema, you just have to specify the table name. GW sheet name. Green wave sheet name is the name of table in which I will have a column called worksheet name, which will have 3 values: item, order, order items. Now, why I am doing this? Because I need to parse this sheet name. Sheet name, I need it. So once I have created this, just run this pipeline. Just run this pipeline and you see what it will does. Open it. Yeah, 3 row count. 3 row has been inserted. 3 row had been inserted. Remember, whenever you run any pipeline in Matillion, by default, at the task, what is the extension given? .yaml file. Anyone knows the full form of YAML? What is YAML? What is the full form of YAML? YAML is nothing but a form of configuration file. YAML is nothing but a form of configuration file. Entire pipeline, metadata, or the configuration file is stored where? It's stored in YAML. It's stored in YAML. Okay? It's stored in YAML. What is the full form? Anyone knows the full form? What is the full form? What is the full form? Yet another markup language. Yet another markup language. So this is nothing but it stores the information of your entire pipeline. You can go through this document. I have attached it over there. Okay. So YAML file will get created. Now let's check into the Snowflake. Our target warehouse was Snowflake. So I will refresh it. I'll go to the demo database. I'll go to the demo schema. What is the table name I have given? GW underscore sheet name. Where is GW underscore sheet name? Here it is. You see 3 rows got inserted, right? You will write us, Anand, why you have not taken the first sheet name customer? There's a reason. I'll tell you. Only 3 sheet. Items, order, and order items. I have created a table which will have the sheet name as a values, as a row. Item, order, order item. Now every row, item, order, order item, I will feed the values. I will feed the values. Once you have created this, once this is done, next what you have to do? Next you have to go to a pipeline called green wave technology pipeline. So any pipeline starts with a start button. I will go to create a table. First of all, I will create a table called create customer account. Now, you know there are three modes of creating a table. Create if not exist, replace. Create when you will use when you are pretty sure such table with the same name does not exist. Create if not exist, you will use such a case when in the database, suppose 10,000, 20,000 tables is there and you are not sure whether the table with the same name exists or not, then in that case, you will use the second option. Third option, if it is your table, you want to play around permutation and combination, then you should choose this third option. Then you should choose this third option, right? Now I've used the replace, demo database, demo schema, table name, which table name I want to create, GW customer account, permanent column. I am taking data value. Why? Because whenever you are dealing with semi-structured data, JSON data, the data type for that is called variant. You will load this entire data in the form of variant. You will load this entire data column called variant. Once this table you have created, right click it, just run only component, just run this table, just run only this table and just create this table only. One by one I'm showing you. One by one I'm showing you because how you will be designing this entire pipeline. So this table got created. Now, will it be having any data? No, it won't have any data. It won't have any data. Let's see. Yeah, variant. See this. Any data is there? No, Anand, because you have not loaded. Now the real magic will happen. Now I will take a component called S3 load. Now I will take a component called S3 load. Stage I will give custom, authentication credential, S3 object prefix. What S3 object prefix I will give? I will give pointing to my root folder. I will give pointing to my root folder. Let's see. Yeah, it came. Why it is reading? Why it is able to read my S3 bucket? Where I have given this communication channel? In the form of secret. When I was associating, I have given the secret access key. So this is how I am able to communicate. So I will select customer and right, I will select the till here customer only. Till customer root folder I have selected. So I have selected till customer and then in that pattern what I have given, pattern I will choose the file name here. In this case, there is a single one. So pattern I will choose customer accounts dot JSON. Let's check the name. Name you should check it very, very properly. Name you should be checking very, very properly. Even the slightest mistake can cause a huge turmoil. Okay. So make sure the name which you are seeing it, give till root folder, customer. And then the file name you can give it in the pattern. Customer account.json. It's correct. So customer account.json I have given. Yes. Encryption none. Warehouse demo warehouse. Database demo database. Schema demo schema. Target table. In order to load the data, what table should be there? I have created a table, GW customer account. Load column, data value. In the raw format, I am loading it. What is the file type? JSON. What is the compression? Auto. Rest you leave as it is system default. And then I will run only this component one by one. Let's see what happens at the back end, whether the data gets loaded or not. How many rows will get loaded? How many rows will get loaded? Anyone? How many rows will get loaded? Why did not get loaded? Row count why is 0? Why row count is 0? Let's check that. Maybe I've given the wrong path. Let's check again. S3 object till I have given customer. Okay. Pattern customer accounts.json. Name I have given correctly. What was the name? Let me check the name. Space is there. Encryption num, demo warehouse, GW customer accounts. File. Let me run again and see. See, it is not loading it. Why? You can always test. How I can test? Maybe the data might be corrected. What I'll do, I'll manually load here. Let's see. I'll manually load here. And I'll see if the data is corrupted or not. Customer accounts. Here it is. Let's see. Maybe in the S3 when I have uploaded, that might be a corrupted file. That may also happen. So good. Row count is coming 0. Row count should come 1 always for the JSON file. You will see it here. Manually, I'm uploading. JSON, let's see. Load. Bang on. See, 1 row was uploaded. Okay. That means the file there is might be corrupted. Now, variant data sets, always you will get one single row with all the customer information. Okay. So let me quickly update this, I think. Let me delete this and reload it again. Just select, click on delete. Permanently delete. Delete objects. Close. I'll upload again. Customer account. Upload. Sometimes it may happen that your file got corrupted. It's not able to load it. Okay. So keep an eye on that. Now this is done. Now let me go back here again. I can always go back here, customer accounts.json, right? I can click it here also. This way also you can do. Either you can select it here. I'm just trying my pattern method. Let me see if it works or not. Yeah. Done. Run only component. Let's see. See this? Because file was corrupted. Okay. File was corrupted. That's why it was not loading. Now it has loaded. Good that we got error. Yes. Now next. Once this got created, come down also. Down what will create? Whatever the transformation will create a component called run transformation. And we will pass the sheet name which was created. Why it will execute this dependency? So run transformation, it will go inside that path. Whatever is there, it will trigger. Since we have already run it, so it will create a table called, what table? GW sheet name with all the objects inside. Once this got created, we'll come here. Excel query, the most beautiful component in our case, the most beautiful component. We'll choose storage as Amazon S3 storage and we'll go to our storage URL. Let me go back. Let me delete this. It's not my bucket. Where is my S3 path? Go back to the S3 path. Yeah. This is the file, right? So I'll copy this S3 URI. You see this URI? Just copy that. Go here. Paste it. Remove this. Hit enter. See the magic. Came. Right. I am selecting till there. So it is scanning till there. Okay. Correct. Green signal. Then configuration. Yes. This is very, very important. Anand, what you are doing this? Why you are in the advanced mode? Select star from $worksheet name. So here what I have created a pipeline variable. I have created a pipeline variable and I have marked it public. and I have marked it public so that every pipeline can see this. And the default value I have kept is item. So select star from dollar worksheet name. So worksheet name is what the value? Worksheet name is here item. So select star from item, select star from order, select star from order items. Now in this case you will say, Anand, here to you it will come only one. There's no for loop here, there's no iterator here. That's the beauty. I have added an iterator here. I have added an iterator here. So here in the advanced tab, you will add advanced contains header row. Yes, header row is there because first Excel sheet always had a header. See this, always has a header, right? So mark that. Then select star from dollar variable name. What is the beauty of variable? So that I can pass values dynamically during runtime. And it's a copied variable. There are two differences between shared and copied, right? Shared and copied. What is that shared and copied? Let me show you. Correct? What is the difference between shared and copied variable? Just a glimpse. Why I have chosen the copied here in this case. So a variable lets you pass dynamic values into a component properties without you needing to manually edit a property each time the pipeline runs. So now there are two variables, project variable and pipeline variable. Pipeline is meant for only for that. If something is there in your bedroom, it has to be there in your bedroom. If something is there in your living room, it has to be there in your living room. That is called pipeline variable. But if there's a common place in your house where anyone can access this, say for example telephone those days, or water bottle or anything, that is called a project variable. How do you access a variable? Dollar curly bracket, dollar followed by curly bracket and the variable name. Dollar curly bracket followed by the variable name, right? Followed by the variable name. Now what is this variable name behavior? What is this behavior? Copied versus yes. Copied variables can be updated with one branch of the pipeline without updating the same variable in other branch. That means if two branches are there, A and B, A has a value item, B has a value order items. If I am updating for branch A, branch B won't get affected. Branch B won't get affected. Remember this. But what will happen? Shared variables. Shared variables are updated in pipeline-wide fashion. If a shared variable is updated in one branch, all other branch will use the updated value. अगर किसी एक branch में भी हो गया, सारे branch में वो copy हो जाएगा. इसीलिए इस case में what we have done, copied variable we have used so that each pipeline will have their own variable in this case, right? हाँ. अब क्या करेंगे हम? Destination I have taken. Which table? Now I want to create this table dynamically. What all table I want to create? GW underscore order item, GW underscore item, GW underscore order, right? Dynamically it will create. That's why dollar and worksheet name. Where this worksheet name is coming from? This is coming from variable, item, order, order item. And how we are iterating it? Just a small iterator I have added it here, which is called table iterator. Table iterator. Mode I have given basic, database, demo schema, which is the target table. Where are these values coming from? These values, guys, are coming from, where? It is coming from sheet name, Anand, which you have created at the beginning. Item, order, and order items. Item, order, and order items. Right? Concurrency is concurrent. All three will run parallelly. Column mapping, worksheet name. Which is the variable name? Worksheet name I have taken. And the column name is worksheet name. Worksheet name is passed with the worksheet name. The column which I have taken it here is called the worksheet name. This worksheet name I am passing it to a variable called worksheet name, which I have created it here over here. So understood? This is very, very important. Once this both condition gets executed, I will calculate my profit. This is just the AND component which specify above pipeline and below pipeline both will run successful, then only this will get executed. Again, run transformation. I will create one more pipeline called profit. And now this is the beauty. This is a transformation pipeline, right? Here we'll have a customer account. See this customer account. Get the sample. See the preview SQL, right? By default, it gives you all the SQL value. Now, if I see the sample data, How does the sample look? It's a JSON data, so we need to flatten it. It's a JSON data, so we need to flatten it, right? I need to extract. What I need to extract? Anand, there are two columns which you need to extract: customer ID and account name. Customer ID and account name. So I will use a component called flatten nested. Extract nested data. I will use this component. What this component does, this is the beauty of this component. Anytime you are working on semi-structured data, JSON data, you will include this. Include input column? No, I don't need any input column. Column is here where the magic will happen. Automatically it will scan all the segmentation, bifurcation. Outer array, this is called the outer array, this is called the inner array. Outer is data. I don't need data. I only need the inner part. Just select the inner part. Just select the inner part and click on save. And click on save. Once you have this, see what it will do. Generate a sample and see how your data has been flattened. How your data has been flattened. What is the logic behind? Logic behind is nothing, but there's a component in SQL which we are using is lateral flatten. There's a component which we are using it, lateral flatten. Once you have taken an input called I, which is nothing but your JSON file, right? In that, you are getting a data value. Data value was what? Data value was the name of the column. Data value was the name of the column. If you see it here, data value was the name of the column. Data value was the name of the column. Inside data value, what was the inner tag? Inner tag was data. Inner tag was data. What was the inner tag? Inner tag was data. That I have written it here. See this. Now this data, I'm calling it F1. Now you need to parse it with the help of dot product. F1 dot customer ID. F1 dot account name. So internally, this is working like that. They'll ask you in the interview. So make sure you are thorough with this. F1 dot value colon customer RID, typecast it. I am creating it as a number because data type you need to specify it. Once you are extracting customer ID, what are these? These are number, text, or what? So this is a number. Another one is the varchar. F1 dot value. F1 is coming from lateral flatten. Dot value dot account name, varchar as account name. Same I have written it here. If you see it here, same thing I have written it here. See this. Same thing. Same thing I have written it here. Same code. That's the beauty of Matillion. No code or low code platform. It gives you dynamically SQL code. But you should know these things because in interview, they might ask you also if you're going for the Matillion one. How do you know how the nested data works in Matillion? What is the logic behind? Logic behind is lateral flatten. Okay, lateral flatten. When you have inner array and outer array. And what you do, once you have created this F1, which is the variable of lateral flatten alias, F1 dot value customer ID, F1 dot value account name, scope resolution operator, which we say this to hyphen number, varchar customer ID and customer name, you will get a table, right? In the form, right? Once you have created this, then I have an order table. I have an order table. These are what? These are table input. Now the data is there. Now these are table input. Orders का भी check कर लेते हैं, right? Order items का भी देख लेते हैं, सारा sample है कि नहीं. And items का भी देख लेते हैं. Yeah. Once you have this, for order items and data, I'm just using convert type. I'm just using convert type and specifying the data type. Customer ID number, RID number, order date. I'm just changing the data type in all of these. Order items and items also same thing. Select this here. See this. How this is working internally, if they ask you, preview SQL, precast. What you are doing basically casting. How the casting is done in Matillion with the help of convert data type. Now, once you have this all data ready, I will join all the customer details. Why, Anand? Why you are joining? Because which customer has placed order for which item, which year, and which month. All this information are present in multiple table. I am taking an inner join. Main table, I am taking the first one. Main table, I am taking the first one, the flatted JSON one, right? Main table alias, I am taking it OI. Main table alias, I am taking OI. And then I am taking all the joins, all the alias I am taking, items, flatted JSON, IF, all are inner join. What are the joins supported in Matillion? Inner, left, right, and full. And then what I'm specifying, the on join expression, which is nothing but your on condition. How your customer is communicating with order with the help of order ID and RID. How the customer data is behaving with the item with the help of item RID and item RID. How the customer order is behaving with my flatted nested JSON, customer ID and the customer ID, right? Once you have this ready, what you will do, you will go to the column mapping and you will take order date from order, quantity you will take from quantity, item name you will take from item table, price you will take from item price, cost you will take from cost, account name you will take from account name. Why only I have chosen this column? Because client, business consultant, client have told me, Anand, I need a final table which will have all these details. It should be having it there. Once I have created this join, you can always go and look back at the sample, how my data looks. How my data looks. Wow, nicely it has come. Order date, quantity, item name, price and cost. Now the real magic will happen. Client will tell you, Anand, can you create a KPI based on the logic which I'm throwing it to you? Based on the logic which I'm throwing to you. By the way, this is entire demo is already there on the kickstarts.snowflake.matillion.com. Link I have given already in the GitHub. Right? So this is the logic which will be given to you from the business consultant. How I'm calculating profit, guys? Price minus cost into quantity. How I'm calculating revenue? Price into quantity. How I'm calculating the order month? Truncate order date, and I'm extracting the month out of here with the help of which component? With the help of calculator component here. With the help of calculator component here. So I'm calculating profit and in revenue. I need the input column. So I will create a 3-column called profit revenue. Profit, I have taken it here. Revenue, I have created here. Order month, I have created month of order date. Order year, I have created year of order date. Order quarter, I have created quarter of order date. Once I have created this, you can again view the sample. You can again view the sample and you can see the entire KPI is ready. Once you have this, now client need the total profit and the total sales for every month, year and quarter. You will use a component called aggregate. You will use a component called aggregate, which will group your data on account name, item name, order year and quarter month. How does it work? How does it work? You will take a groupings. I want to group on account name, item name, order year, quarter month. I cannot take this blindly. This client has to tell me. This client has to tell me what KPI you need on what parameter. So account name, item name, order year, quarter, year, month. I have taken here. Aggregation, I am doing profit and revenue. Aggregation, I am doing profit and revenue sum. Total profit and the total revenue. Total profit and the total revenue. Once this is done and groupings time, I am doing group by. Once this is done, you will see how things are behaving it. You can also see the preview SQL. Oh my God, look at this piece of code because every subsequent steps is getting consumed further down the line. Every previous steps is getting consumed into the further steps. So once you have this, click on the sample, right? Now this won't come in a proper order. Why profit and revenues come first? First account name should come, item name should come, order year should come, order quarter is come, right? So in order to work on that, we will use a component called rename. We will use a component called rename component. And then what we'll do? We will take item name, account name, order year, quarter, month, just rearranging so that profit and revenue I should get at the end. Now you see how neat and clean the data is. Now this entire thing client needs in the form of table. Do I have to create a table? No, that's the beauty of Matillion. Matillion will create a table absolutely dynamically within a fraction of a second with the help of table rewrite component. All you need to give is a choice of your table name, whichever you want. I have given GW profit by account. GW profit by account, right? Now this is the entire pipeline. I'm not running it. How this pipeline will run? This pipeline will trigger here. Calculate. 1 second. Did I miss something? Which error it is throwing? Let me run one more. See, it will ingest the data now. Data is already there. This is a transformation pipeline. So for transformation pipeline to work, your data should already be there, right? Row count is coming. Okay, it has inserted the records. Now, coming back to here. Okay, Right. Now, this is the entire pipeline. So once you, from the start, it will go to the sheet name, it will pick the values all, Excel query, it will scan all the stability data row by row, it will load the data sets from from AWS S3 dynamically. Then once you should run this pipeline, run transformation, calculate profit, it will go inside, it will complete this pipeline and rewrite table, and you will have this data ready here in this Snowflake. Let's see. Here you go. Bingo. Everything is done. This is the entire KPI ready in front of you. This table, you feed it in the Power BI, create a nice data visualization, and your job is done. All you have to do, only execute a single pipeline. That also, if you don't want to execute, don't execute. Create a scheduler. I'll tell you how. Go back to your pipeline. Go back to your pipeline. And here, right, you have a schedule, correct? Add schedule, enter a schedule name. I will give a schedule name. Prior to this, you can only schedule if you have published your changes. So before that, always commit your changes. Always commit your changes. Okay? Always commit your changes. What I'll do, I'm showing you. Now, this entire thing, we are doing it in the main. This entire thing, we are doing it in the main. See this red icon? Do you see the bell icon on the red? Do you see the red bell icon? Do you see the red bell icon? Click on the validate. Always validate your pipeline. Okay. First step, whenever you will open, you should always validate it before running. Even if you run it, it will do the validation at the back end. Now you see, this is the main pipeline. First thing you have to do, commit your changes. Any piece of code you are doing it, commit your changes. Committing all the changes as a part of pipeline creation. Commit. Done. Right? Ruben. Now let's check this. Which pipeline we have created? What was the repository name? What was the repository name? I only forgot. What was the repository name, guys? You remember? What was the repository name we started at the beginning? Otherwise, you have to go and check. Was it end-to-end data analytics project, or was that what was it? This is the one. Boom! Main branch got created. Right? Main branch got created. Right? You see this? Main branch got created. Okay? All those things. Is this? No. It's someone else I have opened. One second. Someone else. I have opened someone else, not this one. My bad. What was the repository name? I myself have forgotten. Repository name. Let me duplicate this. Let me check what was the repository name. Which repository we are publishing. By the time it gets open, let's see. I think this is, was it this? Updated 12 hours. I think this is the only one, I think. Let me check quickly, that I'll get to know. I think that's the only one. This is the only one. Yes. This is the main branch. But why it is not showing the commit? Let me quickly validate this. I'll get to know which Git I am connected to. Hands-on large language model. Let me open this. 47 commit. Let me see. Actually, fork I have done, for commit behind. Fork. Okay. Okay, let it be. Chosen the wrong repository. Now, everything is in the main branch, okay? Everything you have it in the main branch. Now, what I'll do, push local changes. You have committed, you have saved, you have not pushed it. Now I will push this where? I will push this to my GitHub. For this, you need to publish it in the environment. This is called artifact. What is this artifact? Artifact is nothing but your current snapshot. What is the current stage of your entire pipeline? What is the current stage of your entire pipeline? Basically, it's a configuration file. Artifacts are nothing but an immutable collection of resources, pipelines, and script file that is built as a compilation of executable assets and deployed to the specified environment. When you publish, it is built from a specific commit within the source code in your Git repository. Once published, the artifact is independent from the source code. At that particular moment of time, what was the nature of your pipeline? That I am pushing it. That I am pushing it. Right? So I'll go here. Where was I? Where is that pipeline? Yes. Give the artifact name. So I'll say green wave underscore v1 version 1. Give a proper name. Version 1 underscore 2025 1509. Everything push and publish. Now you'll see the magic. This will go to the GitHub. Everyone now will pull it. Now I'll show you how a team member will pull all those changes. Everything I teach you here based on what we do it in the industry. Now ये कोई दूसरा YouTube channel नहीं है where people record their video and post it. Everything I do it live in front of you. That's what this channel is meant for. Now you see the magic. Now I'll open my, and now I'll refresh this. Do you see this? 4 minutes ago, just now I have done this. I have pushed my changes in the repo. This is what day in and day out a data engineer does. Day in and day out a data engineer does. See this? Entire pipeline will be there automatically because at this time in front of you, I have created 3 pipeline and it has gone in the form of YAML file. Now let's do again one more magic. Now the real magic you will see. What? Say for example, let's go to the test. Someone wants to play around. Someone wants to play around. Or I'll go directly to the test. Now let's see. I'll go directly to the test. Test branch. I'm switching from one branch to another branch. Will test branch will have all those changes? No, Anand. Where is that file? Where is that file? Because you have not pulled those changes. Now from one branch to another, if changes are already there in the one branch, how do you pull? Go to the test, click on first, pull remote changes. Okay, go to the pull all remote changes. The pull changes are in progress. Now, go back to here, test, merge from branch. Merge from branch. From which branch you want to merge? I want to merge changes from another remote branch into your current local branch. That's the beauty of merge. Where was my pipeline? My pipeline was in main branch. My pipeline, see it came. Artifact 23C. Now in the main branch, the question you should ask to the architect, Anand, which one I need to merge? The latest one. Always merge the latest one. Latest one will always have the code changes. Latest one will always have the code changes. I will merge into the test. Click on merge. Now you see the beauty. Entire pipeline replica will come here directly into my respective branch. This is what you do it in the industry from one branch to another branch. Now you run this code. Now you run this entire pipeline. Now you see these changes, right? Now you want to persist these changes into your branch. Now you just do the commit. First I will run the main pipeline. Here also I'll run the main pipeline, right? And I'll click on run. Just the main pipeline you need to run. Next validation and everything it will take automatically. Okay. Rest validation and everything it will take automatically. See, everything, just single pipeline because it is triggering another pipeline. Every pipeline is dependent on one another using run transformation. See, now this pipeline is running in my test branch. Test is the branch which you can play around, right? Data got loaded. Data got loaded in the test branch. Data got loaded in the test branch. But here also, the environment which you have given, you need to change it. Here the environment which you have given, you need to change it, because here the environment which you were giving at the time of table creation was the what? You have given where? Demo database, demo schema. So this will replace that. So every environment will have their own schema and the database. Okay, so that it does not interfere. And that database and schema we can refer with the help of what? With the help of variable. With the help of variable. Just dollar curly bracket variable will give you. So for example, if you are creating it here, say Excel query, destination, you should not give this. This is wrong way. That means, Anand, you are changing the main branch. You are deploying it in the same main database and main schema. Here you need to give $sign and you need to create 3 project variable. Basically, what you need to do it, basically you need to create a 3 project variable, which you see it here. Manage variable, project variable. Yes, you need to add it here. What you will do, type is text. Here you will write variable name, target database, right? Target database, default value will be the test DB. They see environment override. What is the value? Default value is the test DB. So that it will, otherwise it will, what it will do? It will go to the development pipeline. Main branch which has a development, demo database, demo schema, it will replace that we don't want it. That's why. So you should have this. Once the variable has been created, the changes will take immediately and cannot be done. So one target database. This is a project variable. Project is global. Right? Target database. Just I need to change this value. Just I need to change this value, and wherever if I want to call it here, what I will do? Suppose I'm in the test one, test DB I want to update. So here destination I will say, not the database. I will say dollar curly bracket. Dollar curly bracket. See, it will come. It came, no? Yeah, here it came. Look at the beauty. Yes, this is how you should specify. So test DB, it will create in Snowflake a test DB. And so basically what I meant to say, this one you have seen, this is basically, you will have 3 creation. One for the main, one for the dev, one for the test. 3 database, right? 3 database you will create, test DB and production DB. Because in company, you have 3 different database, 3 different DB. Like that, you should be able to try this out. I'm leaving it to you. Okay. So this one, you will pass it. Target database, one more. Target schema. Target. Target schema. Default value I will give. Test underscore schema. Test underscore schema. And then you have to use this with the help of variable. See, now you have got an error now. So that's how it is done. And from one branch to another branch, how you can merge it, that's what I have shown you here. Okay, that's what I have shown you here. That's what, otherwise, what will do? From every branch, if you run your pipeline, it will go and it will change the main database and main schema. Don't do that. Otherwise, it will be blunder. Okay. Otherwise, it will be a blunder. So we should not do that. Demo schema, demo database. For that time, I'm keeping as it is. Right. So this is how things are being done. Now you commit your changes. Nothing to commit. Okay. Go back. Go back to your main branch. Go back to now. Now what we can do, we can schedule this entire pipeline so that I don't have to be worried. What I'll do, I'll go to the scheduler. I'll go to the scheduler. I'll go to the scheduler, manage pipeline, and you see this. I'll click on add schedule. Let's say I have this Greenway pipeline schedule. Select the environment. Select the artifact. Select always. Don't select this. See this. What will happen? Selecting always use latest follows the schedule to automatically up as new versions are published. No, you should not do this. This option is ideal for non-production environment, but not recommended for production. Always have the artifact, the latest artifact. Get the latest artifact from the team. And then pipeline. Which pipeline you want to run? Guys, which pipeline I'll run? Will I run all the 3 pipelines? No, Anand, because you have a master pipeline this is. And these 2 pipelines are inside this. So select that pipeline, select the time zone. I'll say Kolkata, Asia. I'll schedule from now 30 and then repeat every time. Check, get this. This requirement will come to the client. So every day, let it run by 11, 23, 30. 30. Yes. What is this? When disabled, scheduled runs are skipped, not queued. If a previous run is in progress, there might be chances one scheduler is dependent on another. So if you disable this, if a previous run have not been successful, this scheduler will go on a sleep mode or a queuing mode. Once the previous run is complete, future run will occur as usual. So disable this and click on create. Now you see the magic. What will happen? Everything I have taught you. This is what we do it. Right click it. See this. If I run now, it will run. At 20, 30. Now you don't have to do sit, relax. Any data comes into AWS S3, any schema. If you have the column name, suppose later on, client said, Anand, I have added 2 more sheet. Sheet 1 and sheet 2. Can you also parse them into an existing table? What you have to do? Nothing. Basically, you don't have to do nothing. Just you have to open your pipeline. Which pipeline? Just you have to open your pipeline and in the Excel, which one? First one. Here, just you need to update the value of what? Just the sheet name. That's it. Only one change. Sheet 1, sheet 2. That's it. Rest it will take care. Automatically. So this is how things works in industry. Okay. Rest it will take care. Right? So scheduler. So if you see here, right, I can click on run now. It will start running. Right? It will start running now. So this is what the entire project is. Nowhere I have created a table. Every time the table was created dynamically. You see this. GW items, GW orders, GW order items. All these got created dynamically. And the final table which client wanted was this KPI. Snowflake. This is the real work which you see across industry. And ideally, client will give you a week time for this. But if you are pro champion in Matillion, you can do it in just 2 to 4 hours. That's all I have. Hope you have enjoyed this session. Anywhere, any doubt, feel free to post it in the comment section. I have given the entire GitHub repository, right? I have given the entire GitHub repository. Just go and explore. Where is it? It's here. Entire mini project is here, right? Read about what a YAML file is. And that also I'm adding it here straight away for all of you. Everything I've given. You just need to export your project, follow this YouTube video, and things will be done. That's the reason I don't come very often live here, because it's taken a lot of effort, energy, error in order to resolve this. It's not that easy to teach, come live and then teach. Okay. So YAML file I'm giving, all about YAML. Please go through this. All about YAML. And all the steps has been mentioned here. This link also has been given to you. So go to the mini project. This link I'm talking about, all the steps which you are seeing it here, everything has been given. I have given you here. You go here, right? YAML.pdf. So you go here, project description, you will find the quick start link. And also the video which I've taken with my students, that also is there. But now it's there officially on YouTube, so you can do this. And if you want to master Matillion, go ahead and enroll. Course has just started. I'm showing you what all so far content which we have covered so far, right? We started almost, it's been now 2 to 3 weeks. So we have covered all those details. I'm showing you. Just see this. So course fee is just 5,000 rupees. So you go here, right? Average package in Matillion with 3 years experience is 16 lakh rupees. With 5+ years, more than 25 lakhs. 8+ years, it reaches to 40 lakhs also. It reaches to 40 lakhs also. So if you go to the ETL, you will find it here, Matillion, 5,000 rupees, right? Remove this and you can learn this. Entire repository, I'm giving it for you free, right? And this is what the class which has been done. This is the mini project last time which I've taken. All this has been done, right? So learn Matillion, just learn Matillion, Snowflake, little bit of AWS concept, little bit of SQL, little bit of Python, and you are good. And then you're good. Guys, study. These days, LLM models, many things are coming into the picture. So you have to study all of these things. Okay. So that's all from my side. If anyone has any doubt, feel free to post it in the comment chat and I'll be happy to help you. Bye-bye. Take care. Keep showing your love. Keep spreading your love. Share the channel. Right now we are 30,000 family, although I'm not very active here, but I will try more and often because whatever I teach here, guys, it's all the industry relevant. Whatever I do it in the industry, same thing I'm teaching you here. People have got 20-25 lakhs job just by watching the YouTube playlist. So study. Only study can make you ahead in your life. Soon I will be coming with LLM course, data scientist course, many. But master all this concept. Have ETL tool in your resume because that is very, very mandatory. That is very, very mandatory for each one of you. Okay. Good night. Take care. Soon I'll be coming with some good Snowflake series. This was the most combination of, I'll say rather culmination of both Snowflake and Matillion with the flavor of AWS. Hope you have liked this session. Do let me know in the feedback. Bye-bye. Take care and do subscribe to this channel. Let the data do the talking. Bye. Good night. Take care.